Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT Network. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with, yeah, you got it, emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments. I'm your host, Bronco Bill. All right, guys, I want to say hi to Buona Beast. He says, have a good show. I absolutely hope so. Absolutely hope so. That's my intention every single week that I'm on this network, and really just appreciate every single one of you guys out there. All right. Normally, I don't lead off my show with the jackass of the week, but it's because it ties into some breaking news. So here it is, the jackass of the week. How come it's not going? Wow, technical difficulties right out the gate. Wow, that's why you never know what you're going to get on the show. You may get me being blanked out like last week, or the segue to segments doesn't pan out. But anyways, here's the jackass of the week. This one hurts. This one hurts a lot. Why? Because it belongs to the Denver Broncos for doing the same thing that other players have done. Stupid. Use your freaking head, guys. You know the rules. Obey the rules. Do what you know you have to do or not do. Here we go. Denver Bronco defensive lineman, I can't really pronounce his first name, Ioma Uwazowski, has been suspended indefinitely by the NFL for betting on what? Betting on NFL games during the 2022 season. That was last year. He bet on games last year when he knew you can't do that. Now, I don't know if Nathaniel Hackett, and we're going to get into some Nathaniel Hackett stuff later. Hang on. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a roller coaster of a show. Anyways, I don't know if Nathaniel Hackett, laid down the ground rules or anything for these players, but you can't bet on the NFL or anything. I continue. Uwazowski will be eligible to petition for, eligible to petition, not to automatically be back in the NFL or on the Denver Broncos. He has to petition for reinstatement no earlier than July 24th of 2024. Why that late? Because that's when the NFL found out about it. See, it doesn't go back to, the end of the season. No, it doesn't. It goes to when you were, well, in my opinion, convicted. Okay? You knew better. He knew better. Everybody in the NFL knows you can't do this. And they continually to do it because they think they're above the law, or they think, well, I don't really understand the rules. Doesn't matter. California, and we have California driving rules. And anywhere across the country, driving is a privilege. It's not a right. And you have to abide by certain rules. And if you don't, then you don't drive. Well, guess what? Uwazowski, you didn't abide by the rules. So you don't get to drive, in other words. You don't get to participate in the Broncos organization, period. You're banned from the facility. You're banned from anything to do with the Broncos organization because you're an idiot. You're a jackass. You don't get that you can't be above the well, we shouldn't say law. You can't be above the NFL rules. Plain and simple. You can't. And the NFL just proved that. So enjoy your 1-year suspension. Maybe you'll come back, but I have breaking news. On the heels of Uwazurike being suspended for an entire year, the Denver Broncos have brought in Shelby Harris for a workout visit. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Shelby Harris did not want to leave the Denver Broncos when he went to Seattle. He did not want to leave. He's part of that package and everything and whatnot, but he did not want to leave. So I welcome, hopefully the Broncos will bring him back because Shelby Harris is a force to be reckoned with. And we could definitely use him on the defensive side. I don't have any information that just flashed my phone maybe 15, 20 minutes prior to being on the show. I searched for more details. Nothing else is out there. So I couldn't, I can't give any more information other than that. All right. Madungus Creevy chimes in and says, who was Zurehak? What? Uwazurika. You're saying the guy's name. It doesn't matter, man. Me, I screw up everything. Doesn't matter. Does not matter, man. It's all good, man. Hey, we all know who we're talking about. Maybe. I'm not sure. Buwana B says, let's go, Bill. You got it, man. You got it. Absolutely. Thanks for being in the show and in the chat and on the show. Appreciate it. All right. This is interesting. The Washington Commanders, with their new ownership group, are thinking about changing their nickname. Now, for those you don't know, the nickname is like Denver is a city, Broncos is a nickname. Okay. Well, the Washington is considering changing the nickname of the Commanders. And to me, these are really stupid. I mean, there's only one that I would really agree with, but the others, no. Here are the top 5 they are considering. Really? You're going to consider 4 out of these 5, honestly. Okie dokie. All right. How about the number 5th popular one is called the Washington Majors. Major what? Major losers? I don't know. How about the Washington Red Tails? What the heck is a red tail? I've heard of a redhead or red tail? Red tail. I've heard of red tail hawks, but they're not a hawk. I don't know. Anyways, the 3rd most popular was the Red Hogs. Huh? Red Hogs? That doesn't even make sense. Red Doggy, Red Hogs? Well, maybe going back to the time where they all wore, the fans all wore the freaking hog nose because they were called the Hogs on, offense or defense or whatever side it was. Red Hogs? No, don't like it. This one, I think I wouldn't mind. It's called the Pigskins. Good. It's close to the Redskins, which they still should be called. There's no offense to calling somebody a Redskin. It's a nickname. Big deal. I've had many nicknames. My latest nickname is Sticks when I worked at school district because I'm thin. And they said that my legs look like sticks. I don't care. I take that as a compliment. Why can't they take the Redskins as a compliment? Pigskins is close to that. So that one I like because it's more towards the original. The one that doesn't make any sense, well, a lot of them, the other 3 don't either. But the last one that obviously becoming the most popular for some stupid reason, it's called DCFC. No, guys, don't fill in, words with the letter F. Don't go there. It stands for District of Columbia Football Club. Huh? Really? So you're going to have a jersey or I mean, come on, man. I know you're gonna put on their. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. That's just dumb. To me, that's just dumb. And yeah, I can say that because it is. It's stupid. The only one I really like is pigskins because it deals with football and it's closest to Redskins, which they still, in my opinion, should still be called. Okay. The Broncos last Tuesday released, or I should say, unveiled their new alternate helmet, which is all white, including the face mask. Everything is white on there. The logo is the old school D and a wide stripe of orange and blue down the middle of the helmet like this. Okay? I'm going to shock you guys. I'm going to shock you. I love that helmet. Absolutely love that helmet. And I'm all good with the old school D. Why? Because it's alternate. It's not their main helmet. I don't mind that alternate one. Absolutely don't. It pays homage to the Rocky Mountain snow cap with all the white helmet. Pays homage to the old Broncos of old with the old D. I like that. I absolutely like it. Just not on the Orange Rush. I don't like the Orange Rush uniforms. I've mentioned that many, many times in my shows. I don't like it. Why? Way too bright. Way too bright. I got to sit there and go, what the? Where's my shades? Come on, man. I mean, I don't like it. Why don't they do the Orange Rush in the all blues? I would like that a heck of a lot better. Because the all blues, like I mentioned last week, the all blues make the orange pop. The all orange doesn't make anything pop except my freaking eyes. It's like, dang, dude, what the heck? I got to put on my sunglasses or something. Turn down the brightness on my screen to freaking pitch black. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't like it. But I do like the all white helmet. That one I like. That one is really cool. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. On the heels of the Broncos releasing their all-white helmet, Broncos president Damani Leach was asked last weekend about the possibility. Oh, no. I don't even want to say that. You know what? I'm not even. No, I got to do it. I put it in my show and I got to do it. Last Wednesday, Damani Leach was asked about the possibility of new uniforms due to the new alternate helmet. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Here we go, guys. I'm not in favor of this. Not in favor of this one bit. I continue. Leach said, and I quote, "We're definitely working on it. When fans should expect to see the new uniforms, that is to be determined. For those who know, it's quite a lengthy process, both with the league and with Nike." Good. Let's hope it's an extremely long process, like 10 years from now. I don't want to see new uniforms. I said that last week. I don't want to see them. Why? Because I like this right here. That's why I like the all blues. Now, I know that's not a Bronco, but I like the all blues. I like the blue jersey. I like the blue pants. I'll take the orange jersey every now and then, but I don't like the color rush. Not at all. It's too freaking bright. What is wrong with what the Broncos have now? Now, I understand that they want to respect the old. I've read articles, and I didn't bring it into my story because I've got so many other things going on, or not story, but show. I've read where the Broncos want to honor and respect the old tradition under Pat Bowen, but they also want to move forward, and I understand that. So they want to preserve the heritage of the Broncos, but at the same time move forward with their their new ideas and their new thoughts. That's okay. I don't mind that. But just don't just don't make the past the past. Sorry, just don't make the past the present. I like this. And I know people out there right now, go ahead and chime in on chat and everything and say, this is past. It was from, 1999, 2000. You're right. It was. But we haven't won any Super Bowl with the big D on our side of our head, have we? Nope. Well, actually, I go back to it was 97 because we won the Super Bowl with the new logo. So I correct myself. It was 1997, 96, I believe. And yeah, that may be old to some people. It ain't old to me. Winning Super Bowls with this logo never gets old. Never. Never won one with the D. And I know I've heard many, many people say, the uniform and the logo, that's not what wins Super Bowls. Well, guess what? It may not win Super Bowls on the field, but it wins it right here in the person's mind. They love the uniform they're wearing. They love the logo. They love what it represents. They love the uniforms. That makes a huge difference. It absolutely does. I have to believe that. You guys may not, but it's okay. I do. Anyways, all right. I move on. The Denver Broncos have had their headquarters in Dove Valley since 1990 and have held their training camps there since 2003. While under Pat Bowen owned, the Broncos owned the building of Dove Valley for their headquarters. They own the building, but not the land. With a Walton Penner ownership group, they purchased the land last September. Now there's talk about expanding and renovating the Dove Valley headquarters site. Greg Penner said, and I quote, "We're doing everything we can to improve everything around the Broncos, upgrading and expanding the facilities, and that could be a very high priority." Great. It sounds to me, I squawked at wanting the Walton Penner ownership group to own the Broncos because I didn't trust them. I thought they're going to move the team to Bentonville, Arkansas, and take them out of Denver, and that would just, absolutely devastate me and just upset me. I'd still cheer for them because they're the Broncos, but I'd be bummed. But they seem like they're dedicated to the Broncos, especially in Colorado. Absolutely. And they're willing to pony up money to renovate Mile High Stadium. They put in $100 million, new scoreboard, new other amenities throughout the stadium. They're talking about maybe a new stadium down the road. They're talking about new uniforms. I don't want to go there. But anyways, that's one of the side effects, I guess. And they're talking about expanding the facility at Dove Valley. I think that's great. They are in it for the long term. And that's what I love about this new ownership. They are following in the footsteps of Pat Bowen because Pat Bowen loved the Denver Broncos. He was rooted in wanting to make it the best organization he possibly could, and he absolutely did that. He absolutely did that. All right. The New England Patriots are in need of adding another wide receiver. Uh-oh. How come? And who are they looking for? The Patriots are in need of adding another wide receiver. Smith-Schuster nursing an injury. According to the Bleacher Report, the Patriots have their eyes on Denver's Courtland Sutton. Now, Courtland Sutton, however, wants to stay in Denver, and he hasn't asked to even be traded. Wow. There was chatter during the offseason, well, still the offseason, but there was chatter right after the season that Courtland Sutton may be on the trade block along with Jerry Jeudy. Thank goodness Jerry Jeudy's not going anywhere. I don't want Courtland Sutton going anywhere. Why? Why would Courtland Sutton go anywhere? There's no need to. No need for him to go anywhere. We got a whole different coaching staff. We have a whole different approach. We have a whole different play calling and scheming and all that. Why in heaven's name would you want to get rid of a Courtland Sutton? I don't. I don't want to get rid of anybody. I've told you that many times. Anybody that's wearing the orange and blue, other than maybe Drew Lock and some others, yeah, get rid of. But not Cortland Sutton, not Jerry Jeudy, not Tim Patrick, not KJ Hamler. I don't want any of them gone. None. Got it? Okay, I don't want any of them gone. Okay, we're going to get into the first part. Well, maybe I shouldn't even say the first part. But I had the guest of the week earlier in the show. This is not the Jackass of the Week Part B. I'll get into it, but it does involve a person. So here we go. Sean Payton lit into the NFL for its gambling policy. In the wake of Denver's Uwazurike being suspended indefinitely, Payton said, and I quote, "When you have a bunch of players getting D's, like a grade like A, B, C, D, getting D's, you have to look at the message. And we've had a lot of D's in our league this year with this policy," end quote. I don't agree with that. You know why? Because it wasn't D's they got F, failed. They failed to abide by the freaking rules of the NFL. A D is still a slightly above failure. No, they got F's in my opinion. Absolutely F's. When you fail to adhere to the rules that you are governed to be under in any freaking job you do, any job, I don't care what it is, you always have rules you have to abide. We have rules when we get in a freaking car and drive. Most people don't, most people don't adhere to them here in Southern California. They blow through stop signs and signal lights and whatever. Anyways, there's rules for everything. And if you don't abide by the rules, you get spanked, so to speak. You get punished. No. Sean Payton should have said they got an F. Absolutely. F for failed. Failed to abide by the rules. I continue. Payton didn't excuse players for violating the rules, but did say the league has to make it more understandable. How much more understanding you get than to say, hey, hello, you cannot bet on sports, period. On the organization, being involved in the organization, at the facility, I don't care where it is. Don't do it. If you're so inclined to bet, then get out of the NFL. I mean, it's black and white. I can understand that. My grandson, who's 11, can understand that. So can my granddaughter, who's 6. They know when I say don't, they don't do it because they know the repercussions. What the heck is wrong with these people? Are they that stupid? Seriously, are they that stupid to not get it? Don't do it. Oh, well, there was a golf match with Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and they got the bet. Yeah, because it wasn't NFL related, you morons. That's the difference. Can't you get that through your head? If you're betting on the NFL, that's NFL related. It's not me saying this, guys. It's not me. I'm just relaying what the NFL is saying. And these guys just don't get it. And I don't understand the mentality, how they can grasp a freaking NFL playbook and get it down. Well, not 100%, but they can get it down most of the time and understand it, but they can't understand this. Really? So when you go to airport and it says you can't take drugs or alcohol or guns or ammunition or switchblade or a box knife on the plane with you or even in your luggage, you can't take it. And people try and they get busted. Why? Because they're stupid. And that's what I'm saying. If you can't do it at the airport, why are you doing it here? It's the same kind of thing. May not be at the same level, but hey, If you're suspended for a year, that's a lot harsher than it is if you get caught at the airport. Well, maybe not. Maybe you go to jail. Whatever. I don't do that stupid thing because I'm not ignorant enough to know that I can get away with it. Some people think they're above the law. Guess differently. All right. Okay, guys. The topic of the show is called Sean Payton versus Nathaniel Hackett. Oh, here we go. Sean Payton goes off. When Sean Payton welcomed USA Today Sports for an interview, he began with the following. I quote, "I'm going to be pissed off if this is not a playoff team." Referring to the Denver Broncos. I'm going to be pissed off if this is not a playoff team. He went on to say, and I quote, "Hey, we're going to be on time. We're going to learn how rewarding it is to play for each other, compete for each other, rather than for ourselves. And I expect us to think playoffs." Woo, he already put the stake in the ground, guys. He's already saying his playoffs are bust. That's basically what he's saying. And when this team only won 5 games last year, that's putting Sean Payton's neck way out there on the chopping block. Maybe not necessarily to be fired because that ain't going to happen, but on the chopping block to, get these guys to that spot. All right, I continue, and I'm still quoting Sean Payton. "It doesn't happen often where an NFL team or organization gets embarrassed, and that happened here." Oh, boy. He's throwing the darts at Nathaniel Hackett only? Nope. Not only Nathaniel Hackett, he's throwing it at the organization. Did you hear what I read, what he's quoting, or what I'm quoting, what he said? Let me repeat that. And I'm quoting Sean Payton. "It doesn't happen often where an NFL team," that's the players and the coaches, "or organization," that's the ownership, that's the GM, that's the brass up here. Oh my gosh. Said, "or organization gets embarrassed." Wow. Did he throw darts? No, he didn't. He fired off a cannon. He fired off shotgun where it just sprays everywhere. He went after everybody. Now, he's the brand new Broncos head coach. How do you think the Walter Penner ownership group think about this? What do you think? What do you think George Payton thinks about this? He's the one. Holy crap. What do you think he's thinking? What do you think the players are thinking? And I'm getting into that, but I'm going to preface it right now. He told the players, don't say anything to the media where it can be bulletin board material, where it can come back and haunt us, where it can hurt us down the road. Oh, well, I guess it's okay for Sean Payton because he just did that. And Hackett is on the Jets. And Nathaniel Hackett and the Jets and Aaron Rodgers and anybody else they have on that team is going to play the Broncos in week 5. Do you think this is going away anytime soon? Oh, you bet it won't. No, it won't. And the Jets are going to use it as bulletin board material. And Sean Payton just fired the first shot over the bow of the Jets in a stupid ass move. Stupid move. And yes, this could be the jackass of the week if I didn't have a Weezerreich or a Weiserreich or, an Uza, whatever his name is. Doesn't matter. This is jackass of the week part 2, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. He had an absolute meltdown. And I'll get into something a little bit later about that. Let me continue. And I'm still quoting Sean Payton. Part of it was meaning the Bronco players, their own fault. Spending much time trying to win the offseason, meaning going after Russell Wilson and going after Nathaniel Hackett, hiring the wrong coaching staff and all that. Continue. Still quoting. Spending too much time to win the offseason, the PR, public relations, the pomp and circumstance, referring to the way it was constructed in the entire offseason and whatnot. Pomp and circumstance, marching around and all that stuff. We're not doing any of that here under me. The Jets did that this year. You watch the Jets on Hard Knocks, all of it. I can see it coming. Hang on, man. I got pages I got to keep getting to. Says I can see that coming. He says I can see that coming, referring to the Jets collapsing because they're on Hard Knocks and all of that. All right, before I continue on the next page, I want to welcome in Kamani Dixon. Hey, he says, hey, buddy. I say, what's up, Kamani? Nice to always have you in the house. And then Kamani follows up by saying, yes, Mr. Payton started a war. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And it's not going to go away anytime soon. The Jets are staying. They're taking the high road. I'll get into some of that down the road. The Jets are taking the high road. But underneath they're seething. They are boiling. Kamani also says, hey, better have the boys ready for the Jets. Well, you got that right. And like I mentioned, it's only not only, but it's in week 5. It's not right out of the gate, but it's in week 5. But that gives them all those extra weeks to fester up the animosity. And Sean Payton did exactly what Sean Payton should never have done. And I'm going to get into that. So here we go. When asked about Wilson, Sean Payton said, and I quote, and this is all part of that interview with, what did I say it was? What sports was it? It was, USA Today Sports. Payton said, when asked about Russell Wilson, Payton said, and I quote, oh man, there's so much dirt around that situation. There's 20 dirty hands for what was allowed, tolerated in the, and I'm quoting, tolerated in the freaking training rooms and meeting rooms. The offense, the offense, I don't really know about Hackett, but a lot of people had dirt on their hands. Holy smokes, man. He is absolutely going nuclear. But I understand where he's coming from because we've all felt this. I mean, I've mentioned many, many times how horrible Nathaniel Hackett was, the head coach. But I'm not throwing bulletin board material out there. I mean, I'm pretty much positive that no head coach or offensive coordinator is watching this show, Broncos Breakdown, on the MHRT Network. I'm pretty positive of that. Pretty positive. Sean Payton on the end, that's bulletin board material. I continue. It wasn't just Russell Wilson. He didn't just flip and not be able to perform. He still has what it takes to win. This BS that he hit a wall is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? They couldn't get a play in. They were 29th in the league in pre-snap penalties on both sides of the ball. I'm still quoting. Holy smokes, he's spitting nails. He's going after. But everything that Sean Payton is saying is true. Every single thing he's saying is true. He's not making this up. We all watched the debacle. We were 5-12 last year. Horrendous. And the only reason why we won our 5th game is because Nathaniel Hackett wasn't there. And we had Rosberg. We should have beaten the Chiefs. We should have been 6-11. But we weren't. Why? Because we had Nathaniel Hackett. And Sean Payton is just stating the obvious. Plain and simple. I continue. When asked about Wilson's entourage, Payton said, and I quote, that wasn't his fault. That was the fault of the parents who allowed it. Parents? Oh, yeah, parents, the overseers. Here we go. That's an incrimination on the head coach, there's Hackett, the general manager, George Payton, and the president, Damani Leach, and everybody else who watched that debacle. Oh my gosh. He just lit up the entire organization that hired him. Are you, Payton, Sean, what the hell did you drink in the morning? Have you lost your freaking mind? Seriously? You attacked the very people that hired you. I mean, you can say what you want about Nathaniel Hackett because that's the truth. Absolute truth. And yes, maybe George Payton and the Walton Penner group, their first year, well, not George Payton, but the Walton Penner group's first year as ownership group, maybe, they didn't really know how much involvement they should get into. They left it up to George Payton, the general manager. And George Payton laid an egg and looked a blind eye and looked the other way. Maybe he was, a little bit caught off guard. I don't know. But holy smokes. For Sean Payton to throw Greg Penner, was that Greg Penner I said? No, George Payton and Damani Leach under the bus? What are you trying to do? Commit suicide? I mean, seriously. I mean, might as well hang yourself. That was stupid. Oh my gosh. You can't do that, Sean. You can't do that. I understand your frustration. I understand that you didn't like, coming into an organization that was so jacked up that you got to fix everything from the top down. And I understand why you came over, because you really appreciate the Denver Broncos organization and their ownership. And you do appreciate George Payton. I understand that, and I appreciate that, and I welcome that. Holy smokes, man. You can't do that. All right. I continue, still quoting from Sean Payton. And he said, when asked about moving forward, he said, everything I've heard about last season, we are not doing that. We're doing the opposite. Everybody's got a little stink on their hands, meaning former coaching staff. It's not just Russell Wilson. It was a poor offensive line. It might have been one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. That's how bad it was. End quote. Wow. Wow, does that speak volumes? And the reason why that gets under my skin is exactly because of what he told his players prior to, right at the end of the season, right after he got hired. He said, he brought the team together, team meeting, and he said, along with his coaches, whatever you do, keep your freaking lips closed. Don't say anything to the media, and don't say anything about other teams or whatsoever, or any secrets or anything that could be bulletin board material. Hello, Sean? Hello, did you get your own memo, you idiot? No, he didn't even get his own memo. In one ear, out the other. Absolutely. In one ear, out there. He preaches left and right, day in, day out, night and day. Don't do this. And he turns around and does it. Turns around and does it. With USA Today Sports. You know it's going to be out there. Everybody's out there talking about it. You talk about stupidity. Well, the Jets came back and chimed in. I don't have my notes, but I have it up here. I remembered it. The Jets chimed in. Their head coach and some of their players chimed in and said, hey, coach, he can say what he wants. If that's how he feels, that's how he feels. Hey, if you got enemies and you want to talk about it, okay, so be it. We're 5 games away from you in the beginning of the season. So you can, if you're focused on us, then so be it. That's good for us. They're taking the high road. But deep down inside right here, they are boiling. They are fuming. They want revenge. And the way you get revenge in the NFL is to win the game against the team that smacked you or that, talk smack about you, that kind of thing. That's how you get back. And in my opinion, the Jets are going to come into Denver on that 5th game of the season, and they're going to want to prove something. Remember, guys, Aaron Rodgers is on the Jets. It's not going to be easy to beat him. And Nathaniel Hackett is the offensive coordinator on the Jets. And Sean Payton blew up against Nathaniel Hackett, which in my opinion was he had every right to do that. Every single right, because Nathaniel Hackett stunk up the joint in Denver. He sucked. Absolutely sucked. And in my opinion, yes, he is the worst head coach the Denver Broncos have ever had. Absolutely. Even worse than McDaniels. Because McDaniels lasted into his 2nd season. Hackett didn't even last to the end of the 1st season. That's why I say he's the worst head coach in Broncos history. All right? Plain and simple. No question about it. All right? That's the main reason why that I feel Nathaniel Hackett is worse. All right? Now, before I go any further, let's see. Kamani says, welcome to Payton World. I guess he's saying what I'm saying, what others want to say. Absolutely. He's absolutely saying what we all have said. I've mentioned it many times, Kamani, in my shows past, that Nathaniel Hackett sucked. Nathaniel Hackett was horrible. He didn't have any clue whatsoever what he was doing. He had no idea how to even run an offense. I mean, he was clueless from the top down. Absolutely. And you know, and I hate to say it, but this to George Payton for hiring him. You know, and yeah, everybody, including myself, can't speak for everybody, but including myself, I should say, I drank the orange Kool-Aid. Absolutely drank the orange and blue Kool-Aid when we got Hackett. Because I'm thinking, okay, man, this guy's got energy, he's got passion, he's got drive, blah, 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 the whole bit. That was a mirage. That was an absolute mirage. That was a magic trick better than some of these magic tricks that Houdini did. I mean, this was you're talking about pulling the wool over somebody's eyes. Holy cow. They pulled it over the entire NFL eyes, including team, players and not players, but coaches, stuff from other teams. Seriously. And then he flopped. Why? Because the true, the cream rises to the top. Well, he didn't have any cream. He had sour cream. That's what he had. Sour cream. Anyways. All right. Kamai says, if we don't make the playoffs, his words are going to come back to haunt him. Yes, they will. Absolutely, they will. And that's what I'm talking about. You can't throw out bulletin board material that can come back and burn you big time. And I'm going to get into some of that because he did things that he absolutely told his players not to do. And I've mentioned that many, many times in my shows in this entire offseason since we hired Sean Payton. He's always said, lips closed, lips tight. Well, you know the old saying, loose lips sink ships. Well, you know what? In Sean Payton's case, it could be loose lips sink the Broncos. Could be. I know it didn't rhyme, but it doesn't matter. You got the point. What he said was absolutely bulletin board material, period. Now, it may just be for the Jets, pinpointing for the Jets because of Hackett and the Jets on Hard Knocks and everything. But other teams could still use this material and say, hey, what if he thinks that about us? What if he thinks that, we this or we that or whatever? What if he thinks that about the Buffalo Bills with Von Miller? What if he thinks about that with Seattle with Drew Lock? Oh, I don't know his mindset. I just know that he said a lot of things that is he should not have. And that scares me to death. I was so focused on, I can't wait for preseason. I can't wait for regular season. We're going to come out with guns blazing. Well, now those guns blazing kind of fizzled out as far as this guy's concerned, because now I don't know what direction. I don't know where. I don't know if this team is solidified. I don't know if they're united. I don't know if some of the players are angry because of what he said, because he told them not to say things like that. And yet he goes out and does it. I know I'm going to get to his his apology, so to speak, in his press conference this afternoon. But I'm just saying, you can't have it both ways, Sean. You can't. You can't say one thing and do another. That is not a leader. And I know you made a mistake, and I know you owned up to it, but guess what? The cat is out of the bag. The horse is out of the barn. Whatever cliche you want to use, it's over and done with. You said it. Now, I know you owned up to it, but guess what? It's right on paper. Everybody can see it. Everybody can read it. Everybody can go back to it and get pumped up for whatever game any team is playing. You don't think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to use this? You don't think the Chargers are going to use this and the Raiders? Come on, man. Sean, you just blew up everything you did in the offseason to get this team focused and ready. You just knocked it down, completely knocked it down from the bottom, from the very bottom. You chopped it off and everything comes crashing down. Now rebuild the confidence of your players and your coaches and your ownership and your general manager who freaking hired you. Now you got to rebuild that. How in heaven's name are you going to be able to do that in a very short time and get the recognition and the backing? Yes, I know the ownership's not going to fire you for saying that or whatever, but I think they're going to have some words with you. Absolutely. If they haven't already. I don't understand, Sean. I don't get it. You preached day in and day out not to do what you did. And now you just put a big, huge bullseye target on the Broncos' backs that we didn't have when you first got here and we didn't have leading up to yesterday. I'm gonna read what Sean Payton said and trying to, own up to it. But you know what? Once you spill, you can't put it back in the jug. Once you let the cat out of the bag, you can't put it back in. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You can try and backtrack all you want, Sean. You can try and say, hey, I kind of screwed up, blah, blah. Yeah, you can say it. But it's over. It's already done. It's already done. What are you going to do? Now you have to build your reputation back up. You had high expectations, we as Bronco fans had high expectations with you, and we absolutely welcomed you in with open arms. And now you just go and do this. And now we're like second guessing, like, what the heck? What the heck? We had this last year with Hackett when he screwed everything up and told everybody everything what was going on. And now you come out and do the same thing when you vowed up and down you're not doing that. That there's change. We're not doing what they did last year. Well, guess what? You just did. And I know I'm ranting and raving on this, but it absolutely is irritating. Totally irritating and frustrating to know that Sean Payton knows better. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach. He's a long-time head coach in the NFL. He knows what to and what not to do. And he lost it yesterday. Maybe because of the frustration that he saw when he came in. Maybe because he realized, oh my gosh, I'm coming into a team that has no freaking direction. And maybe he's frustrated. I can understand that. I get frustrated in life as well. And I say things that I probably shouldn't do. But I'm not in the spotlight like a Sean Payton. I'm in my show here, and I know it's, goes out to different venues, but I'm not on, ESPN, or I'm not, getting interviewed by USA Today Sports. So anyways, all right. Okay. Before I continue, I got to give a huge shout out. Avatar says, what's up, Broncos country and 2023 NBA champs, Nuggets Nation? Reason why I said I have to give a shout out to Avatar is, Avatar, happy birthday, my friend. I don't know what day it was this week, but I know you mentioned last Friday when it was my birthday that your birthday was this week. So hats off to you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you did whatever you wanted to do to make it, one of the best. And I just want to thank you because you gave me a shout out for my birthday last week. So I just wanted to say happy birthday to you this week. All right. That's what I meant for the huge shout out. All right. Okay. Kamani says, hang on. Didn't click it. What the heck? Kamani says, what if he walks away if things get bad? We mentioned that earlier when I mentioned in one of my shows before we hired Sean Payton. I said, well, what if Sean Payton gets frustrated and upset and just walks away like he did in New Orleans? Well, you know what? I hope that doesn't happen. Kamani, he said he really likes this organization. He really likes the leadership. He likes the general manager. But then saying negative things about the organization and about the ownership and about the general manager, I don't know, man. That scares me. That scares me. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna say. He meant what he said, so that's a fake apology. I'm gonna get into his apology. I have it right here. Just haven't done it yet because I was ranting and raving about everything else I didn't like. But I'm gonna get into that. Everybody always tries to backtrack. They always try to, spin it their way and stuff. And yeah, he owned up to it, and I'll get into. I'm not going to spill it before I get into it. But yeah, I definitely will get into it. But yeah, you're right. Once you say it and then you try and spin it backwards, it seems kind of fake. I do have to agree with you. Oh, Avatar says his birthday's today. Well, all right. Happy birthday, Avatar. I love it. Love it. Happy birthday. Don't have any birthday cake or, here, have a Powerade, whatever. Hey, happy birthday, Avatar. Really, really glad to have you in the chat. I know it's your day and I appreciate you being in here, even though it's your day. Appreciate it. How come what is not working on this network? Things are swagging. Okay. Kamani says, happy birthday, Avatar. So you're getting some happy birthday wishes across the chat. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Let's get into what Kamani says is the fake apology. So here it is. In the press conference this afternoon, Sean Payton was asked about his outburst directed at last season's coaching issues and the team. Sean Payton said, and I quote, "I had my Fox hat on," meaning, when he was working for Fox as an analyst. "I still had my Fox hat on and said things I totally regret. I have preached all season to the players and coaches to not say anything or post anything to the media that needs to stay in-house. Then I go out and make that same mistake." What? No, what? What did he say? And then I go out and make that same mistake. No, that wasn't a mistake. That wasn't a mistake. That was a jackass move. That wasn't a mistake. You went out and did exactly what you told the players and coaches not to do. And you did it. And now you're trying to say, well, it's a mistake. No. You know what a mistake is? It's saying 2 + 2 is 5. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Saying something that you feel down here that should stay down here or in a closed room without being on USA Today Sports or anywhere else, that's not a mistake. That's an admission of what you're feeling, that you told your players and coaches not to do. And then you go and do it. You're the head freaking coach, dude. You know better than this. I just spoke about Iwazarek, who is suspended for a year because he gambled and bet on NFL games last season. That's not a mistake. That is knowing what you're doing is wrong. And Sean Payton knew what he was doing he should not have said. Sure, you can regret it all you want. You can say, hey, I made a move. There's that M word again. No, not a mistake. He should have said, I made an absolute screwed up moment. Not a mistake. I knew what I was saying, and I should never have said it. Never have said it, especially since I'm telling all of my guys under me not to do it. And then I go out and do it. I continue. Whew, am I worked up about this, guys? All right. Let me go on. He went on to say, and I quote, that he will talk to each person at the appropriate time of which I may have offended and get it all ironed out. End quote. Okay. Well, he may talk to Hackett and the head coach. Obviously, going to talk to Hackett and the head coach of the Jets. Maybe not before the game. Maybe after the game sometime. Maybe even before they play a game. I don't know. But he said he's gonna approach him. What about approaching George Payton? He has to approach George Payton. He threw him under the bus. He's the one that hired him. He has to go to the Walton Penner ownership group. He has to go to Greg Penner. He has to go to Damani Leach. All of these guys he threw under the bus. Those are the ones that hired him. Those are the ones that believe in him to take the Broncos to the next level. And Payton's out there chopping them down at the knees. My gosh, I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't. I'm dumbfounded. How can you sit there day in and day out, tell somebody not to do something, turn around and do it? That would be like me telling my kids, my grandkids, hey, don't do this. And then I go and do it. And they look at me and go, well, Papa, you've been telling us not to do that. And then you go and do it. Why? Yeah, why? Maybe that's what the players should be asking Sean Payton. Why'd you do this? You've been telling us to keep our freaking mouth shut, and we've been listening to you, and you go out and open yours wide open. Now, who do we trust? I mean, this has ripples. Guys, you don't understand. This has ripples all the way down. All the way down. Who do you trust? If Sean Payton says, hey, I need you to do this. Well, wait a minute. He wants me to do this? What? Is he going to do something different? To do the opposite? Wow. Like I said, I'm dumbfounded. Absolutely shocked. Totally shocked. Yes, he said, well, I had my Fox hat on. That's what. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what hat you have on. Your hat is up here. Your comments are from your heart, dude. Keep your lips shut. All right. I continue. He also said, I don't take back the way things were done comment that I made about last season because that didn't work out. And we aren't going to do those things moving forward. We are going to do things the correct way. End quote. All right. Going to do it the correct way? Well, how about you start, Sean, with doing things the correct way by not opening your freaking pie mouth? Huh? Or pie hole. How you say it? I said pie mouth. I guess that's wrong. Keep your mouth shut. You tell everybody to keep it closed. Well, why don't you learn to do the same? Okay. I understand you kind of apologized and kind of took, credit for, and owned up to what you said. But like I said earlier, the cat is out of the bag. The milk has been spilled. The comments have been said. And the bulletin board material is right up there for not only the New York Jets, but the Chargers, Chiefs, the Raiders, everybody else we have to play. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sean. I really thought things were going to be different with the new head coach coming in. And they were for the majority of the time until yesterday. And then you fell into the very proverbial quicksand of Nathaniel Hackett. The ghost of Nathaniel Hackett is still around at Dove Valley, apparently. Wow. All right, guys. I'm going to move on to the very last topic. But before I do, Kamani says, well put, Hitman Bill. Well, thank you. Thank you, Kamani. I really appreciate that. Like I've said at the beginning of my show, and I do it in every show, and that is I bring the emotion, the passion, the honesty, and my comments. And I really appreciate Kamani for your support, for your understanding of that, and for knowing that I don't want to be any different. I can't be any different. I am who I am, and what you see is what you get. Whether I'm on the show or I'm amongst friends and family, if a topic comes up, rubs me that particular way, this is what you get. Kamani also says he got to come to Broncos country and seriously apologize. Yes, he do. Yes, he does. He absolutely has to apologize to Broncos country because we're the ones that believed in him. He's the one that said we're making changes. Well, you didn't make any change when you shot your mouth off. Not one change, one bit. Yes, I agree with you, Kamani. Not George Payton. Sean Payton needs to apologize to Broncos country, not just to that. He threw under the bus. He also threw the Denver Broncos and the Broncos country under the bus. We as fans were hurt by what you said because you just shot the proverbial arrow across the bow of the New York Jets and every other team out there. And that is what we saw last year. And we thought we were going to see something different. And we did until yesterday. So we are owed an apology. And I want one real soon from you, Sean Payton, because that is the right thing to do. Own up. Yes, you did. Apologize. Kinda. But I want a very sincere change of attitude from you moving forward to Broncos country. And it should start today. All right. Okay. Now I move into the very last topic. And this one, I know the Broncos didn't have a good season last year. I understand that. But we have Sean Payton and a great head coach, albeit, this was prior to his comments yesterday. But we have a head coach that we all in Broncos country feel can lead us to the next level, get us into the playoffs, and hopefully, a Super Bowl or 2 or 3 as our head coach, as long as he keeps his freaking mouth shut. So this one, I'm not liking this a bit. I'm not liking this a bit because it's against 2 of the 3 teams should be recognized. Okay, here we go. The Broncos have zero love when it comes to the CBS announcers out of the season. Here we go. The Denver Broncos games against the Raiders, Commanders, and Dolphins won't feature CBS's #1 announcing team of Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. Why? I don't know. Why? Probably because the Broncos, like I said, were not a good team last year. But so what? Like I said, we have Sean Payton. And we have, 4 primetime games this year, I believe? So why are we not getting the #1 team? And here's the reason why I say reason why it bothers me we're not getting the #1 announcing team. We start out against the Raiders. We start out at home against the Raiders, a division rival. Why don't we have Jim Nantz? Why don't we have that #1 team? No, guess who we're getting? Guess who we're getting against the Raiders, guys? Here we go. Instead, it will be Tom McCarthy and James Lofton on the Raiders broadcast, Broncos Raiders broadcast. Really? Tom McCarthy and James Lofton? Oh, come on, man. Talk about scraping the barrel of somebody. Holy smokes. Well, it gets worse. It gets worse. Against the Commanders, the Broncos announcing, or the team that's going to announce for CBS for the Broncos Commanders game is Spiro Ditas and Adam Archuleta. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. It goes from bad to worse. It even gets worse than that. The Dolphins, who are supposed to be an up-and-coming team this year, the Dolphins and Broncos game is going to have Andrew Catalan and Tiki Barber. Really? Really? I thought they would have at least Jim Nantz and Romo with Tracy Wolfson on the Raiders game for sure. Nope. okay, I can understand the Commanders because the Commanders suck and all that, this, that, and the other thing. They totally suck. So, who cares about them? But the Dolphins, they did quite well last year, and yet, nope, not the number one team in the first 3 games of the season. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, given what Sean Payton said and how he said it, and this came out before, maybe it's a good reason we don't have the number one team, announcing team, to do those games. Just saying, guys. All right. Before I cut out of here, Kamani says, what's Kamani say right here? Kamani says, that's sad. CBS and refs hating on the Broncos. Of course it's sad. I don't agree with it. I don't understand why they're hating on the, okay, you're right. We had a bad season last year. Okay, so what? Get over it. We have Sean Payton. We're different. Well, hopefully we're different than last year. We haven't been so far with the media. But anyways, I digress. So, yeah, I don't know why we don't get the respect. I have no idea. The Raiders, I thought for sure would be the number one broadcasting team. Maybe the Dolphins, okay, and Commanders, no, I get that. But the Raiders out of the gate at Denver with Sean Payton on the sidelines for the first time in over a year, first time in Denver, new scoreboard, a whole bit. Nope. Don't get it. I don't get it. I have no idea why the NFL hates the Broncos. I have no idea why they do. No Super Bowl in Mile High, even though we got a new stadium, 20-some years ago. Nope. No Super Bowl in Denver. I don't understand it. I know I've heard people say, it's a small market. There's no real, major football team in the area. So freaking what? Who cares? Who freaking cares? If you have a Super Bowl, people are going to go to the freaking Super Bowl. Doesn't matter where. It could be on Mars and people will freaking find a way to get there. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm being facetious, but you know what I'm saying? People will go if the game is played no matter where. Hell, they went to New York when the Broncos played the Seattle Seahawks, and it was miserable, and it was, gloomy, and it was just horrible, weather and stuff. They all showed up. Doesn't matter. People will show up because it's this freaking Super Bowl. Doesn't matter. Denver should have had a Super Bowl years and years ago. Anyways, okay. All right. Man, I'm getting all worked up, man. Come on, you guys got me all worked up, man. All worked up. If you don't, Kamani else says, if you don't have a winning record after week 8, do we keep Payton? Yes. And I'll tell you why, Kamani, why we keep Payton. Main reason is this. It's his first year back after being out for a year. It's a new coaching staff, new quarterback and all that. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think and feel that the Walton Penner ownership group and that George Payton will pull the trigger that fast. I really don't believe it. Absolutely don't believe it. If you recall, it took a while for the New Orleans Saints to really have a really good, strong stretch where they went to playoff after playoff. And yes, they did make the playoffs the first year that Sean Payton was there, but they didn't go deep into playoffs. So if they have a losing record after 8 weeks, well, they still would have 7 weeks to go. Now, are you talking are the Broncos going to be 3-5? 2-4? 2-6? No, if they're 3-5 or 2-6, that's serious issues. I don't think they're going to be 2-6 and 3-5. No way. After 8 games, if they have a losing record, I think they may be what would it be? 3-5. Maybe 3-5 or a 500 record at 4-4. I say, okay, we're okay. But now that you brought that up, come on, that's a good question. Now you brought that up. Let me get the schedule up. Raiders, Commanders, Dolphins, Bears, and Jets are the first 5 games. Okay. We beat the Raiders. We beat the Commanders. We beat the Dolphins. We beat the Bears. And then the Jets game in week 5 at Denver. Okay. So at least that's a home game after what Sean Payton said. So I think after 5 games, if we lose to either the Dolphins or the Bears, we'll be 4-1. Then we play the Chiefs, and that's a Thursday night game, and that's on the road in Kansas City. I think we lose that game. So now we're what? 4-2. Okay? 4-2 after 6. Then we play the Packers at Denver. We beat the Packers because they don't have Aaron Rodgers, and we beat them. So now we're 5-2. And then we have the Chiefs at home. I think we beat the Chiefs at home. So now we're 6-2. So after 8 games, I don't feel that the Broncos are going to have a losing record. But anything can happen in the NFL. Anybody on any given Sunday and any given team can beat anybody. That's been proven, obviously, numerous times. So I personally don't feel the Broncos will have a losing record, but anything is possible. We just don't know. Clayton, what's up, dude? Clayton Haran, why are these things not coming up? There it is. Clayton Haran says, hey, guys, what's happening? Hey, what's happening, Clayton? Glad to have you in the house. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for always, Clayton, for always saying smash that like button and share the show and the network to all your friends, family, enemies, dogs, cats, whatever. Doesn't matter. Appreciate it. Clayton always says, you're going to see a different Broncos, baby. 10 to 14 wins at least. Woo, 14? 14-3? I like the way you think, Clayton. I love the way you think, but 14, I don't know, man. There's some tough teams out there. Tough teams on the schedule. So I'll go with the 10 for right now. I'll go with the 10 that you said. So I'll agree with that. All right. Clayton also says stellar defense, I think, man-to-man, then bring down safety to cover, then blitz, baby. Mini no-fly zone, I think, and our speedy linebackers, the players are there, and same with talent. Let's go Denver Broncos for life. Absolutely. Talking about bringing the safety down. Yeah, all the blitz zones of the no-fly. I think the Broncos can be a no-fly zone defense part 2, especially with come on, I never think of Patrick Surtain, and then also having Justin Simmons back there on safety. Yeah, it could definitely be no-fly zone part 2. No doubt about it. Kamani wants to know, how is Magic Mike doing? Magic Mike's doing great. He's doing well. He's working a lot, obviously. Got a lot of oars in the water, so to speak, and doing a lot of different things behind the scenes with the network. Can't say anything at this point, but looks like there may be some positive, great things on the horizon. Like Sean Payton told his players, keep your lips sealed. That's what Mike has said to me. So all I can say is there are things in the works, and we will definitely let you know any of those things that do come down the MHRT pipe, so to speak. And you guys will be the first to know, obviously. And he'll be the one to let you know. That's great. Come on, why didn't it pop up? There it goes. Clayton Haran says, had a huge day a few days ago, bud. 1 year sober. Major shout out, Clayton. Major hats off. Sorry for the glare. Hope you didn't have to put your shades on or anything. Clayton Haran, absolutely 100% tip my hat to you. Congratulations, man, on your 1 year sober. That is remarkable. And may you have many more. Absolutely many more. Absolutely love it. Avatar says, thanks for a warm birthday wishes, Bill and Kamani. Absolutely. Avatar, may you also have many more. Clayton Haran has a birthday for his sobriety. You have a birthday for your age. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Love it. Love to be part of it and share it here in the on the show. Great things. Speaking of great things, Clayton Haran said, things are great, man. Love the job. Just got a new truck as well. There you go, man. See, you know what? When you do what you know you should do and the right thing and all that, things do come around and make life that much better. And that's awesome, man. Totally awesome. And Kamani says, huge shout out to Kamani from this guy. Kamani, you've been awesome in the network and this show and all the other shows and your comments. in 19 days, Kamani says in 19 days, he is going to get married. Congratulations, Kamani. Absolutely. Hats off to you, my friend, as well. Wipe my head from the sweat. It's warm over here in the house. Got the fan on, but still 90 degrees out. Anyways, Kamani, congratulations. I can't congratulate you enough. It's a work in progress. I will tell you that. I've been married for 27 years the second time. 27 years on August 8th. August 8th. My wife, August 1st. August 8th is my wife's birthday. August 1st, right around the corner, is our 27th wedding anniversary. And I couldn't be happier. Absolutely couldn't be happier. So it's a work in progress. I will say that, but it's a joyful work in progress. It really is. Kamani, congratulations again. I wish you all the best. You and your lovely bride. Enjoy yourself. Don't worry about coming on and being on the show or in the chat or whatever. You enjoy your honeymoon. You enjoy your newlyweds and all that. And whenever I see you, it'll be an honor to see you. But in the meantime, enjoy it, man. Congratulations once again. Absolutely. Now that I said all that about Kamani, now you say it's 22 days. It's all good, man. 19, 22. Hey, it don't matter. 19 days or 22 days, it doesn't matter. You know what that tells me? That tells me you're excited because you forgot about what day it was and how many days away. So it's all good, man. That means you're focused on something. I don't know. You're not focused on the days, but it's totally okay, man. Totally okay. All right, guys, before I get out of here, I want to thank each and every single one of you in the chat. I've mentioned it, and I'll keep mentioning it until I can't mention it again. All those who participate in the chat, all those who watch, greatly appreciate it. Beast, Madungus Creevy, Kamani, Avatar, Clayton Huron, and it's just such an honor, guys, to have each and every one of you in the chat. You guys, all of you mean so much to me, so much to the show. And again, I can't emphasize enough, this show would not be nearly as well as it is in viewership if you guys were not part of the show. Thanks to each and every single one of you for taking time out on your very busy Friday afternoon, evening, wherever you may be, to be a part of it. It means a tremendous amount to me. Thank you so much. Absolutely appreciate it. Kamai says Broncos. I'm assuming it means Broncos breakdown before the honeymoon. Absolutely. Or maybe even the Broncos preseason. I don't know. But yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Kamai. Love it. David Bird says, watching from Cedar Hills, Texas. Welcome from Cedar Hill, Texas. Greatly appreciate it. David, thank you so much for chiming in. Always appreciate anybody that jumps in on the chat, whether it be at the beginning, the middle, or the end. It's always great. Let's see. Clayton Huron says, great show as well, man. Smash that like button on the way out. Absolutely. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you have not. Always appreciate it. Thanks so much for the comments on being a great show. I mentioned once again, you guys are first and foremost as why this show is great. Each and every single one of you, I am honored to always have on this show. You mean that much to me. Thanks, guys. Once again, that's it, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching, subscribing. Like Clayton Huron says, hit the like button on the way out. If you have not, please do so. Always appreciated. And real quick before I continue on, Steel Will says, Idaho Falls, Indiana, go Broncos 14, baby. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Thanks again, Steel Will. Thanks for being in. Absolutely appreciate it. You and David, always appreciate the new ones that come in from time to time. Always. Okay, guys, you know the shows that are on the MHRT network. We are on Monday through Friday. I'm just going to brief over real quick. We have the Cluster Puck on Monday. We have the 5280 on Tuesday. We have the Wild Wild West on Wednesday. We have the No Nonsense and Whiskey Wednesday or Thursday. And we have this show, Broncos Breakdown, my show, hosted by me, Bronco Bill, on the MHRT network live every Friday, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? Until then, guys, enjoy your Friday wherever you are. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next Friday right here, same time, always at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Till then, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you later. See you next Friday. Bye-bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way.